Now we're gonna discuss wallbag punching. We'll be showing you what you can do by yourself at home if you have one of these, right? To actually gain more power and learn how to relax while punching, which is extremely important. This is a wall bag filled with rice, okay? So this is excellent for beginners, right? Or even if you're higher level, if your fists are already conditioned and you want to make them stronger, you can use beans, and then after you feel comfortable with beans, you can replace them with iron balls or I don't know, maybe rocks if you're a bit more hardcore, right? But we're going to show you something that everybody can basically do. What you want to do in the beginning, if you've never practiced wall bag punching before, is not give so much power, okay? Don't focus on power in the beginning. Power you will gain gradually by training, right? From experience, from getting better structure, or even, you know, in time while practicing the wall bags. But in the beginning, don't exaggerate because you will damage your fists. So the first thing you want to practice is static punching, right? I'm sitting here and I'm just punching in one point, right? Here. Okay, I recommend doing about 100 punches, but not so hard. Like I said, if it's the first time you're practicing the wall bag, don't hit so hard, right? Just be a bit more relaxed in the beginning, right? Until you feel comfortable. Later, you can penetrate, right? You can go in the bag. Okay, once you feel comfortable with this kind of punching, you can move on to something a bit more comfortable, a bit more complicated, right? For example, you can do tanda while punching, right? Tanda or ganda here, okay? This is an excellent drill to practice because you learn to make your energy forward, right? So, like I said before, you need to learn to relax, so don't be stiff. Don't be stiff while punching because when you punch something, okay, you're actually not punching with your muscle mass. Your arm's mass remains the same. Okay, it does not change if you hold it tight. What you want to do is launch that fist with as much speed as you possibly can. Okay. Think of holding a spear, right? What I want to do is just thrust my spear as hard as possible, right? If I grip the spear so hard, right? If I grip the spear really hard, it takes away from my energy, right? If I'm really stiff and I try to stab somebody with the spear, but I hold it really tight, it takes away from my power, right? So it's the same thing with your bones. Because you're not punching with your muscles, you're punching with your bones. There's no point for you to hold the muscle arms very tight, like holding onto the bone, right? All you want to do is launch that fist with as violently and as fast as you possibly can. Forget about being tight. When you're being tight and you're trying to be fast, it's like pushing the throttle and the brake of your car, right? So just think about launching that fist as fast as you possibly can, right? Forget about being tight, like, okay, like, okay, yeah, something like that. So now we're gonna do tanda. I'm sitting here, I'm static, and the same thing. I'm thinking about being relaxed as I possibly can. And now, here, come. Now I'm going to show you how you actually visualize what you need to be thinking about while doing the moving punching, right? Because you're not thinking, oh, I need to go buy some groceries, or oh, what am I going to do tomorrow while punching? So now we're going to show you how you can add footwork to your wall bag punching. It's actually very simple. It's just, you just add what we've showed you before, like moving punching, for example. So we're going to combine that with visualizing. So what you want to do actually is move away from the wall bag so that you have space to step inside, okay? At the same time, while I'm practicing my wall bag, I'm thinking that there's actually somebody there hitting me, right? If I'm going in with the straight punch here, I want to visualize somebody giving me a hook, right? Because he's giving me the hook, he's giving me the signal to go in with my chain punch, right? I don't just go and chain punch, right? I get a signal, I see the opportunity, and I go in for the kill, right? Okay? So here's what you will be practicing a bit in your mind, right? Or you can go a bit faster as well. Now what you want to visualize is tanda. Okay, so he's giving me a hook. Tanda, 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 tanda. Again. Tanda, 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 tanda. Hook. Pum. Pum, pum. So when I'm going in, I'm stepping in and tanda, 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 tanda. I step in, tanda, 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 tanda. I step in, same thing here. Gan. Gan is extremely useful, especially for deviating a kick, a straight kick. So if he gives me a straight kick, I can either go inside and punch, or I can go outside, which is the best, right? So that's what you're visualizing. You're visualizing somebody kicking you and you going out, right? You go out where it's safe. Okay, this is not something that you can visualize doing a lot, because you're not going to go here and then the following punches you're going to go like this. It doesn't make sense. You go the first one here and then bam, 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 bam when you're visualizing, right? So you're here and then you follow with chain punching, okay? So what you want to practice here is a bit going outside of the angle, right? 45 degrees. I'm not going to sit here, you see? I'm not going to face him here. I want to move out of the way. I want to move out of the way, right? So this is where your footwork really starts to improve, okay? So this is how you're going to do it on the wall bag. So I'm here, right? And I imagine somebody kicking me. I move out of the way and bam, right? You see the angle that I'm attacking. I'm not here. I'm not going to attack him here, right? This is how you're going to practice it when you're static. But if I'm visualizing, if I'm using it to fight, I'm going to go here, right? Bam. And it's the same here. I'm going a bit out of the angle and bam. Yeah? Even if it's a taller guy, it's actually the same principle, because you go bam, knock out, right? And then you follow with chain punching. It's a bit difficult actually, because you go here outside and it's a bit difficult to follow with chain punching, because you're hitting from an angle, right? And you can do chain punching from this angle, but not so much from here. So it doesn't really matter, because you can practice here, you hit and then you follow with chain punching here, empty, right? These are extremely useful exercises, because you learn how to visualize, you learn how to use your mind, how to use your imagination. And then again, my student, he's shorter than me, but when I'm visualizing, I'm thinking of somebody who's much bigger, right? Who's stronger than me, who's faster than me, right? Who's, I don't know, maybe much more aggressive than me, right? Somebody who wants to do some damage, like we've discussed before. So that's what visualizing allows you to do, right? You imagine somebody who's really good at kicking, you imagine a front kick, and then you go inside for the kill, right? Later in another video, we're going to show you how you can, I wouldn't say defend, because defending is not so much our thing in Wing Chun. We're more oriented towards attacking, right? I'm going to show you how you can handle a roundhouse kick, right? This is very easy. This is a very basic drill. So for example, if somebody kicks you, gives you a straight kick, it's a very basic move, right? But in spite of the fact that it's basic, a lot of people don't practice it. A lot of people don't make it second nature, right? Like I said before, I'm going to show you what you can do when somebody gives you a very strong roundhouse kick.